Welcome to Adjusting Your Heart. I'm Doc AJ Chua, and for tonight, we'll be talking about when a loved one contracts the COVID-19 virus, the do's and the don'ts. We usually record on a Sunday night, and tonight is August 16. And at this point in time, there are already 21.6 million COVID-19 cases worldwide. And in the Philippines, we already have 161,253 cases. And it's sad that more and more of my friends or their loved ones are contracting the virus. And whenever I hear of sad news like that, I would pray for them. So my friends, I am praying for you. So please, to all my viewers out there, please stay home. Practice physical distancing. My friend Portian said, social distancing, people might misunderstand that to mean that we don't keep in touch with others. So practice physical distancing and always wear a mask, especially when you're outside. And many of the tips that I'm going to share tonight are actually tips from survivors, from people who have really contracted the virus or their loved ones contracted the virus. I asked for your tips and I thank all of them. Of course, I won't mention their name, but I thank all of them for contributing so that all of us, including me, would be helped. So what do we do when someone in our household contracts the COVID-19 virus? Please do not panic, because when you panic, it doesn't help. I talk about overcoming anxiety in my first episode, and when we are anxious, when we panic, our stress level goes up and our immune system goes down. So what do? Then we watch out for symptoms. To be sure, take a swab test and wear masks even at home. And don't lose hope. Let's fight the disease, especially for the sake of your family. And don't blame one another. Don't say, it's because of you, you keep going out, or you don't wash your hands often. So please do not blame one another. And once you know or you suspect one of you has that virus, start isolating that person. Quarantine him, have a separate CR, okay? And some of these tips will be shared by our guest tonight. And please inform the proper authorities, like your condo admin, if you live in a condo, your barangay, your workplace, especially the doctors. Please do not hide this information from them, because we know that some of our frontliners have already been endangered because of that. And what else can we do? Boost our immune system. Like eat, even though sometimes you don't feel like eating, eat more, especially vegetables, healthy food, drink lots of water, okay, sleep, exercise, and take supplements, okay, like vitamin C, zinc, and others. And if you think that watching news like COVID-19 related deaths would just scare you, then avoid the social media or the news for a while. Talk to people that you trust, call them up. On your own, you can pray, you can read the Bible, and please obey your doctors. Whatever they tell you, please do it. And what about if it's a relative or a friend who doesn't live with you? My friends, please don't interrogate. Don't call them up just to ask, how did you contract it? Because they're already very stressed at that time. Do not discriminate. And of course, don't visit. This is not a good time to visit. But you can call, you can text them. But when you do, don't expect them to reply, because sometimes they're already too tired. Sometimes they're not in the mood. So sometimes when I text people like that, I'll just say, I'm here if you need somebody to talk to. In case they don't contact me, that's okay. I would understand. And what else can we do to help them? Pray for them. Respect their privacy. Ask them First, if it's okay, if they want more people to pray for them. If they said no, don't share that information. Then give hope. Send them inspiring videos like that of Dr. Rody Sy, George Cham, Dr. Carlos Lu. These people have recovered from the COVID virus, even they're already senior citizens. So watching videos like this would inspire hope. Be sensitive to their needs. You have to know if that patient wants to talk or just want to be alone. And please do not call during meal times. Do not call too early in the morning or late at night. Past 9, don't call. Or maybe you could send them some nice songs, recommend videos, Christian songs that would suit them. Or maybe some funny videos so that to make them laugh. And you can also offer tangible help, like bringing food or medicine, helping them buy grocery, running errands for them. Like sometimes they can't pay online and they don't have the time to line up because they have to take care of their loved one who's sick. Then you do that for them. Or sometimes they need some barangay clearance. So somebody told me that it really helped them. And if your house is big enough, you have an extra room, you can offer a place to stay to someone who needs a place but doesn't have the virus. Or if you know that this person or this family needs financial help, you could also help them, knowing that it's very expensive to be hospitalized, and then they won't have any salary for those weeks that they're in the hospital. And sharing medical knowledge, like who are the doctors that you know that are good, or even like medicine, like lianhua. Some people know that it's from China, but they don't know how to take this kind of medicine, how many times a day. So sharing medical knowledge would help. So tonight, I'd like you guys to hear from Arlene Sy herself. She's a COVID-19 survivor, and she also stayed in the hospital for a few days. And together with her, her brother-in-law would also share how, as a family member, how did they cope, okay? And just to give you a brief background, Arlene Sy is a personal friend. She's an alumna of Hope Christian High School, and she's also the executive director of Visions of Hope Foundation. This foundation helps the less fortunate kids, the kids of street dwellers, or sometimes they're even street kids. And they have a house for them called House of Sharon in Puy Laguna, and also in another place for the boys. And Hans and I are also supporting 2 kids. So she's really involved in a lot of good works. So let's all welcome Arlene and Raymond.
Hi, I am Arlene Sy. I am a COVID-19 survivor. And beside me is my brother-in-law whom I am living with.
Yeah, my name's Raymond Sison. We're here to talk to you, to share with you our experience with the COVID virus and some do's and don'ts on what to do and what not to do when COVID hits home. Okay? So, first one is to gather your family first. Beforehand, you should gather your family first to prepare each member on how the whole family would respond when COVID hits home. Okay, so here are some tips on what we gathered as a family.
Yeah.
Okay?
At first, you have to disclose and inform on the onset of your first symptoms. Don't just say, "Oh, this is a simple, cough or cold or headache." You have to share it at once with your family members, because on the onset of symptoms, you have to already isolate yourself in your room.
Yeah, and as a family member, for your loved ones, you should prepare a table right away in front of the room. Okay, so you should also separate the utensils. You should also separate the plates and the towels. Everything that she uses, we separated it.
Yeah, even though you're not yet confirmed as having the COVID virus or infected with the COVID virus, you are already suspect for COVID virus. And that way, you already treat it with so much caution that we will be careful on how we will be managing the patient.
Yeah, even if even if she's the only one who has the symptoms, we already contacted our contacts, the different laboratories for swab tests for our whole household as well, because there's a probability that we also contacted the virus through Arlene.
But the good news is
we all got negative results.
Yeah. So I think one of the success factor here is why, because I did my swab test on my on my 9th day, but the thing is, the whole household was negative, because I think the first thing that we did was I already isolated myself. So that is very important, so that there will be no transmission or spreading of the virus.
Yes. So on top of that, you should disinfect the whole to help make your house safer for everyone. You should disinfect it regularly. Okay. For us, we contacted a professional disinfectant company, and then the next day we fogged it with a disinfectant solution, and then on top of it, we sprayed everything with disinfectant as well.
Just to be sure that the whole house is very clean. Yeah. As for some practical tips, if you are sharing bathroom or it's a common bathroom that you're using, it's important that you schedule it with the other members to ensure that it will be used by you, and after that it should be clean at once. No? Or better nga if the whole family can use it in the morning and you use it in the evening and then clean. Not between the schedule of everyone. These are just some practical tips.
Yeah. For us as family members, we communicated with the patient. Syempre, we also considered her as a patient already. So we communicated with her, not in person, but through text, through phone calls, or maybe we're talking to her with her door closed as well, so that there would be no transmission.
Yeah. So in other words, there's no physical contact or face-to-face. Okay. And then it's also important to load up the family with vitamins, vitamin C with zinc, even your household help. And then just boost the immune system. Eat fruits, eat lemon water, drink lemon water. No? And because this will help the whole household to be strong, especially when they know that there's one who's sick.
The first thing that you need to do, if you learn that during the time that you learn that that someone is positive, you should inform the barangay. You should inform them that someone here is a COVID positive, so that everyone should be alert inside the community.
Yeah, this is for the contact tracing, to ensure that we go back to the last person or who are the person that we engage with, to ensure that they can also take the test that they are to check lang, no? To check if they are positive or negative.
Yeah,
that helps.
To further help that, you should also list down all your activities beforehand, because it's so hard to remember 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, everything that you did from the day on.
It's like reminding.
Yeah, it's so especially that if you are forgetful as well.
Okay, and then of course consult a doctor. Do not self-medicate. No, do not treat this as this is like just like my typical cough or fever or flu. No? Let's remember that the doctors are trained to do this and to manage this as well. Yeah.
Also, do not forget to pray. Yeah, because this is very this is a stressful engagement with the COVID virus. So basically, you need to pray.
Yeah, and I think what's really kept us on the ground was the family was not reactive to the situation.
Yeah.
No, they did not cover it with fear, with anxiety. We were responsive to the COVID-19 virus. We were fighting together, me as a patient, them as my support. And I think it helps a lot, especially when people prayed for you, or praying for you, standing with you, encouraging you, monitoring you. No, so it's really important that don't magnify the problem.
And
Instead,
do not blame.
Yeah, do not blame anyone, no, or do not even question God. Lord, why me? Something like this, because this is a virus. Everyone can really be contracted with it. But I think the main here is respond in faith. Respond with so much courage. I know it takes a lot of courage to do this, but if you are in the Lord, this is the time to really trust in Him. And because I know He's faithful, He will see us through, because He's also fighting with us.
Yeah.
So I think for my recovery, I'm so blessed to be surrounded by a family who really support me, down from my father to my pamangkins, even to our toddler, to my toddler pamangkins, and they've been praying for me. They'll call me, they'll text me, even my spiritual family, my colleagues, everyone was. I felt that even though I am a believer, this is my weakest moment. You're very weak physically, but then you felt that there's an army of men and women fighting with you.
Yeah.
And I'm just so blessed because I felt the prayers, the intercessions. So my advice is open up, share with people that you trust what you're going through, even your journey. Because in the end, these are the people who will build you up, who will lift you up, and who will pray for you, encourage you during your fight for COVID.
Yeah. You stand for each other.
Yeah. So stay safe, everyone. Don't think that this will not happen to me, because I was thinking at first. I'll never get the virus, but look what happened to me. So I hope all of us will just do the proper protocols.
Do the preventive measures.
Yes, preventive measures. Talk about this with your family even before. It doesn't mean that you're isolated or you don't have a company that they are rejecting you. No.
Yeah. Set up a game plan already.
Yes. That's the best to have the strategy.
All right.
Thank you for inviting us to share our experience.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Arlene and Raymond, for sharing your journey with us. And in case you want to hear a longer version of Arlene's testimony, we will post the link below. 702 DZAS also interviewed her. And like Arlene, when you're well and up to it, you may want to share your experience to help other people. She also posted it in Facebook, some of the tips that you guys can do. Or some people, they also donated their blood, to help other COVID-19 victims. Or you could help the less fortunate, like support this foundation, the Visions of Hope Foundation. They're now asking for people to donate old laptops or computers. In case you have one that you're not using, you may donate it to them. And this will help the tribal children and also street dwellers. Or, they also sell products so that the proceeds will also help the poor. You can check out their products, and I'm already flashing the picture as well as the Timothy Lim's number. Okay? So my friends, please stay safe, everyone. Till next Friday.